Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And an early check-in from South Holland that needed the biscuit this morning. It's for you.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, mother. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he says, she says bullshit. I think you better quit, let it slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip.
All right, that was for Nate in South Holland. Said he had a stellar weekend. Just wanted to check in and let us know at 312-967-8300, but he's ready for the week. It's good to have good weekends. Sometimes people come in like, it's too fast. I'm here Monday. That kind of thing. So Nate, South Holland, thanks for checking in early. 312-967-8300. Let's hear from you. Give us that Proof of Life check-in as we have a ton for you this week. Here's the new lineup of stuff this week. In an hour at 7:10, we'll have Foster the People tickets for the show at Northern Ireland in Clash with Kenzie. You beat her in trivia. You get them. That's awesome. 8:10, the band Wolf Owls is opening up for Olivia Rodrigo at the United Center. One of the highly sought-after tickets, probably going forward with 2 shows at the United Center in October. We have those tickets for you at 8:10. Coming up just after 9, May Day Parade at Gallagher Way at Wrigley Field on May 17th. That's coming up just a few weeks. So that we'll have tickets for that coming up just after 9 o'clock for that. And not to bury the lead, Q101's Fest starts today. So here we go. At 8 o'clock, we will get the first person qualified. Just for qualifying for a chance to go to a Minnesota Yacht Club, a full trip for the ridiculous show that features the Lumineers, the Black Keys, the Strokes, Cage the Elephant, and more. A full trip. Just for qualifying, you get one-day Riot Fest tickets, which we don't know the lineup of Riot Fest yet. We don't know that, but that's going to be at 8 o'clock every day from now on. Just put that in your phone. Today's the first day at 8. It's multiple times a day, but for us, it's 8 o'clock. Make sure you're here for Fest. That sets the stage pretty good, right? We got a good week.
Very nice.
Very nice. Oh. It's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. A special movie review today. Just before 8 o'clock, before we launch Fest, Kenzie will review, and we're not sure if she watched the right movie. We said, watch the first Star Wars movie.
Boy, was that a conversation between Case and I.
Yeah. I just kind of sat back in the text thread and kind of ate my popcorn trying to figure out what movie she was going to come in today watching. So, Star Wars A New Hope, by release date, the first movie. Do you think you watched the right one, Kenzie?
I did, because I went back and forth with Case a lot.
A lot.
Because he said it's episode 4. I thought it's a movie. He didn't respond to me.
No, by the time that we got to episode 4, I was legitimately so annoyed with you that I decided to stop texting you back.
But that's confusing. I didn't understand.
Well, how many times was it said, like, the release date or A New Hope, or you said the title, you said the release date, first movie? Was that enough, or was it needed more explanation?
No, apparently it needed more. I don't know. I was doing
because of
everything
what
I could.
he said. He goes, A New Hope. I go, great. He goes, episode 4. I go, there's like 4 of them? And he goes, no, it's just episode 4. And I'm like, I thought it was a movie. Why is that? That makes me a bad person?
It makes you a bad, that's right. It makes you a bad person.
Can you understand why that's confusing? Because you're like,
you
episode 4. Episode 4 makes it sound like A New Hope 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, well, wait, is there 4? And you're like, no, it's just episode number 4. And I'm like, well, okay, so this whole thing's a show? Or like, what's the deal?
Before I go too far into it, she's obviously never seen any Star Wars movie before in her life. That's why we're doing this today at 7:50. We're going to do this.
Because normally I do the movies on Friday at 8
Yes.
o'clock that I've never seen before. 100th movie review coming up this Friday. But
Yes.
May 4th, it's not a Friday. We thought, oh, it might be fun to have Kenzie do a movie she's never seen. Same format, just Kenzie's opinion instead of mine. Little did I know the text I'd received this weekend made the idea not fun.
Now,
I have some regrets.
You picked a complicated movie for me to review first. There's like 800 of them.
and he said it was episode 4, A New Hope.
Which is like a show or something, according to Kenzie.
It's like
Sorry,
Entourage.
It's an episode. What if that doesn't? No other movie's called an episode. None.
But it is in the title, so when you Googled A New Hope episode 4, did it come right up?
I just put in A New Hope, and I was, boy, do I hope this is it. I was so confused.
No, we're going to do this every day, starting today, going forward to watch all of them.
No.
Well, I don't know what your review is going to be like.
I'd be honest, I watched the whole thing. I don't get why it's called episode 4.
What do you mean you watched the whole thing? Why you don't know why it's called episode 4? I don't get
I
it.
don't
What do you mean
understand
by
why
that?
it's the 4th episode of. I don't get that.
Oh, you don't get why, like,
So I watched the movie, understood it mostly, and then
I
I
can't
just
wait.
watched it later.
I
I have
cannot.
a list of things that if Case was texting me back, I would have loved to clarify in the movie
So she,
that I think would have helped.
once she started watching, she did not text you any more questions. Or
No,
I didn't
and
get
I
any.
wouldn't have responded to
Yeah.
that either way.
I
I was
knew
done
that.
with Kenzie this weekend.
Yeah.
I knew that. I didn't say anything else.
Okay, that's coming up at 7:50, just before we launch Fest, which is your chance to get to Riot Fest and an outstanding festival, a full trip to go to the Minnesota Yacht Club. That will start today at 8, and it will go continuously through 8 for many, many weeks. So stay here with us.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. First one of the week, and it's a doozy. Over the weekend, something happened in America, Chicagoland specifically, that hasn't happened since World War II. And I think I'm just going to leave it there instead of leading you any other way. Just top of your mind, something hasn't happened in America since World War II. And in case you're keeping score here, World War II finished in 1945. So we're looking at, 60, 70, 81 years ago. 81 years. Am I right on the math? 81? 45, 60, 70,
Yeah.
80.
You knew that you were gonna say this.
Let me see here.
You're springing it on us, not the other way around.
Understood. Let's see here. 20, 26 minus 1945. 81 years. Huh. Who knew? I got that right. Wasn't very good at math. So,
Yes.
top of mind, Kenzie, what do you think that is? Something happened over the weekend that hasn't happened since World War II.
Did they find another Egyptian tomb?
Did one happen around World War II? I don't remember.
I think around the World War II time, they found intact Egyptian, I believe, royal tombs. So,
Exciting.
Shouldn't they have been fighting the war during that time instead of playing with the tombs?
well, other people were doing other stuff.
Okay.
Like, think of all the wars right now. We're sitting right here.
Well, we're not in a world war technically, but
Yeah, we kind of. I mean,
Kinda,
when are we
yeah,
not?
yeah.
You know.
Can you imagine if that
And
was
look
your,
at us, just effing around. You know what I mean?
I mean, can you imagine that's your job is to dig up and find artifacts, and people are going like, well, there's some pretty serious crap going on there in Germany and London and America and, Hawaii, stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, but we're supposed to do this dig today. We better keep doing it. Okay, let's get lunch and then we'll come back to the dig. It'd be a really nice life when the whole world's falling apart.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get Firehouse subs today, guys.
Ooh, Wednesday, remember, free subs if your name is Mike at Firehouse Subs.
Put that on your calendar.
Still got time to get a fake ID if you're, if you want that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, this war, is focused on getting that sub. All right, Case, what do you think it could be?
God, 81 years, long time.
Long
Lot to
time.
think about.
Yeah.
But a lot of things have also happened a lot in 81 years.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of something. When you think about it, a lot has happened in 81 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not here to disagree with you,
So
I will. Nothing's happened in 81 years.
So I'm trying to think of the thing that hasn't happened in 81 years, and
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards. Did a pro athlete leave his team to enlist in the army? Because you got to remember, some of the greatest baseball players ever in the 30s and 40s, they had to stop playing baseball and go fight in a war.
Imagine that kind of integrity.
Yeah, I mean, it was a just
Or
war.
maybe stupidity.
Well, it's a just war. I mean, I'm in favor of what we were doing in World War II, by and large, but...
Are you going to go on the record with that one?
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't think we can say that for every war, but I think World War II, I think it's a bummer that Hank Greenberg and Ted Williams had to miss out on the primes of their careers, but hey, I'm glad they fought in that war.
Yeah, that war no debate about it. Despite millions of people dying
Yeah.
and hurting people,
Yeah.
and like good war to go fight put your life on the line for.
Now, should we break down every other war we've been in and say good or bad?
I don't know if we have time right now.
I'm not sure if any of them since then have been worth it, to be honest.
The complicated legacy of war.
Yeah, not
Well,
great.
since, but what about before? I think Civil was good.
Civil was a good one.
It depends what side
Depending
you're
on what side you're on, but you can say the same for World War
And
II.
Kinsey, you were saying what will rise again? Something
Yeah.
about heritage, not
Yeah.
hate?
I like it warm. Okay.
I know it was a little warm this morning, generally, compared to last weekend. You might want to take your Confederate flag off as a cape you're wearing as a blanket today.
Off the back of my pickup. I'll go get it. Jesus.
Because it's blocking your gun rack and your get her dones.
I can't see your "Don't Tread on Me" sticker. Your
Yeah.
Confederate flag is too big.
The balls hanging from my truck. Can you not see it? Oh, shoot.
God, do I hate those. I really hate those
I hate
nuts.
when my balls get blocked on my pickup.
God, it just makes me, ugh.
What don't you like about them?
Just the fact that they're sitting there, and I
He
feel like,
wants to see boobs, not balls.
yes, thank you.
Where are the truck boobs at?
Why didn't someone come up with
Need some
boobs?
cleavage in the back of this thing or what?
I end up like crouching my legs when I see those on someone's car.
What?
Thank God I haven't seen them in a long time. I think they're out. I think they're out in fashion right now.
Yeah,
I
truck
just feel like
nuts
a
are
doctor.
out.
I feel like I should be like, and cough. Every time I see a truck, they're just like so low.
Do you think you would trust if your primary care doctor had truck nuts on his truck or her truck?
Well, I mean, if he was, your urologist, maybe, like your prostate guy. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah, if he was just like really into his job.
the ass man.
Uh-huh.
Like-
But if he's just primary care physician, probably not, right?
No, if he's your oncologist, no. No. All right, so we'll come back here in 3 minutes after the pumpkins, let you know something hasn't happened since World War II that happened over the weekend, and we'll let you know. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with the fact that makes your brain go.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Hammer Alley Podcast, an 80s flashback mockumentary.
Back in the 80s, there were 1,000 bands trying to make it in the world of rock, but there was one band that had it all, Hammer Alley.
Whatever happened to Hammer Alley?
How did they go from Top of the Rock
I'm looking for a music video. They're a band from 1987, Hammer Alley. Ever heard of them?
to rock bottom?
Dude, I was born in 1987.
I can't believe he's doing this.
Hammer Alley.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 10 minutes. We'll recap the Aisle 101 free wedding that myself and Kenzie were the officiants of on Friday night. Finally, after the whole journey of hundreds of people trying to get a free wedding, Megan and Brian got married. We'll find out if my pants held up the entire night. Seems to be the biggest DM I got all weekend. So that's coming up. But first, a fact that makes your brain go. Something happened over the weekend that hasn't happened since World War II, 81 years ago. Pretty big deal. Kenzie checked in and said maybe they discovered another Egyptian tomb. Mm-hmm. They were doing that around then. They didn't care about all these bombs going off and even a nuclear bomb. They kept,
Well, I mean, they had a job to do, so I don't think that's fair.
wouldn't have been interesting is they were digging and they couldn't get anywhere. We might as well just give up. And then the nuclear bomb drops on Japan, shakes the earth, and all of a sudden this tomb opens up and they go, look at that. Something pretty incredible there happened out of this, well, pretty tragic situation. No? Drop a nuclear bomb in Egypt to find a tomb?
Stop.
Case guessed that pro athletes, for the first time ever, have left to go fight in a war. They did all the time in World War II. Those guys, they were like, cool, I'm going over there to fight. They made it seem like when you look back on it that it was an easy decision for them to do that.
Well, they were drafted. I don't think they had a choice.
I think they could have, today, if someone was drafted, I think they would have done everything they could to get out of it. I'm not saying integrity's different. I'm just saying.
I think difference between a just war and an unjust war.
Yeah. They just went. They just went and did it, and they gave up a big career. Some people didn't come back to their great careers. Both those are wrong, by the way. And also, we had a bunch of texts come in, and Kevin checked in with a funny note on Kenzie's about the Egyptian tomb. Said, Kenzie, most archaeologists are women because they love digging up the past.
All right.
It's true.
Okie doke.
I liked it.
That makes two of you and Kevin.
Kevin, we should hang out this weekend. So none of those are right. There's a lot of guesses on the text line, but what hasn't happened since World War II is the U.S. national debt surpassed the size of the economy for the first time since World War II. Now, we're not going to break that all
Wait,
down.
hold on. The U.S. debt surpassed what?
The U.S. economy. So everything that we do in the U.S. economy as far as revenue and the worth of the U.S. economy has been surpassed for the first time ever. Well, I should say since World War II, 81 years ago. And it's right now, the U.S. debt showed the national debt reached $31.27 trillion as of March 31st. But really, we're on this pace of kind of get to $39 trillion in debt. Now, when I say that, Kenzie, do you know exactly when I say the national debt, exactly what that is?
It's just, I think it's pretty simple. It's just our debt, like with the government spending, we borrow money, right?
Yeah, correct.
Haven't we borrowed a lot of money from China and stuff?
Well,
there's a whole episode of The Office based on that.
Yeah. The total national debt owed by the federal government of U.S. states to the Treasury security holders. Now, those could be anybody. They could be other countries. It could be our country. It's a myriad of people that we just owe, just like personally we owe stuff. Maybe we have a debt on a credit card debt or whatever.
Does it list who we owe?
It doesn't have a list of who we owe because it's a
An
pretty...
IOU breakdown like Dumb and Dumber. That's a big one. Hold on to that, China.
It's a pretty long list. I mean, it goes on and on. I just find it astounding that, we've been in debt. I remember, I thought in my head that Bill Clinton had balanced the budget. He didn't. That was something in my head that, maybe he had a surplus of $500 billion and paid it down on the debt. Mm-hmm. I don't think we pay this debt down anymore. I think we just keep adding up to it. But
isn't that why it's crucial for America's survival that they continue to be the one who prints the currency? Isn't that like one of the reasons? Because we'd be in like huge trouble. It's the only reason that we're not in massive trouble with this amount of debt is because we are like the printers of the currency, correct?
Yes, but the more we print, the less the value of the dollar becomes.
Absolutely, but we'd be like in huge trouble because we have this much debt if it wasn't that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't honestly know. Maybe there's an economist out there who can explain it better. If printing the money helps us save in that situation.
I think it just saves our ass, I'm pretty sure.
Well, at $39 trillion, as it's expected right now to come through, this weekend, which is what they pretty much said.
Do you think they get phone calls like other people do when they have debt? Like, we're trying to reach a Donald Trump. Melania's like, I don't know him. Like, do they get those kind of phone calls also?
I wonder. I just can't believe at this point you can let it go to that. Now, there was a time when the national debt was fully paid off. And we have to go back to 1835.
Good year.
Oh, yeah, what a year.
Please tell me what happened.
President Andrew Jackson became the only U.S. president to fully pay off the national debt. Now, listen, we know what the Civil War was a little later than that. Mm-hmm. So 1835 in America, slaves. Not a good time.
We do not like that.
No, we don't. We stand against that this show.
Kenzie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good. I want to make sure she spoke. All of us had to speak up against it.
And just as a reminder, whenever slavery comes up on this show, we just want to remind people, not every show today in Chicago is going to take a stance against slavery.
They're not going to denounce it.
No, they will not do that. We will, though. So remember that as you're flipping around this morning, that other shows have not denounced slavery in the way that we have.
And look in the mirror. Are you supporting slavery?
By listening to another radio station?
I don't know. It's just a question. You know what I mean? So
something to think about.
Something to chew on.
Now, I say that because the situation that probably helped pay off the debt in that situation, but it was already there. It was $58 million. Sounds like nothing today. Go to ATM, pay off $58 million.
People have houses that cost that much. Do you know how insane that is?
Yeah. It's $39 trillion right now. It was $58 million. He took office. He achieved it through budget cuts, selling federal land, which wasn't his, really. I mean, it wasn't, Andrew Jackson's.
You get rid of other people's houses.
It was Native American land. They just sold it.
Like a trail of tears or something.
Yeah.
Something complicated, something sad.
Gotta
Tears
admit.
of happiness from him, am I right?
He's like, look at the way this budget's going.
By the way, this show doesn't stand for that either.
No.
No, we're also against Native American genocide, just in case anybody was wondering.
So just keep these notes down on a legal pad next to your radio, what we're against, okay? He achieved it also through dismantling the second bank of the United States. So in my head, I didn't really research that too heavily, but I thought, this bank, we owe a bunch of money to, so he dismantled it.
What if this bank disappeared?
I mean, he walked up there, a bunch of guys with muskets showed up, basically equivalent to a tank coming through and saying like, hey, you guys aren't a bank anymore.
So it was the second bank?
The second bank of the United States, he dismantled it.
Well, yeah, people were still very untrusting of banks at that time. They weren't like properly funded.
Well, also,
but I'm trying to remember, I thought It was in the 1860s that taxes also first became a thing, which helped the economy tremendously and the government because we were paying them.
Well, taxes existed at the beginning of the country. Remember the phrase, no taxation without representation? That's why we said to England, F you, we're going to have our own rules over here.
Right, but then in the 1860s, because then there was none, because then we broke away, they do establish a form of taxes, property, whatever, to the government.
Carbonated drink tax, that was when that first came into play. They're like, if you're going to drink a root beer during the
Clothing
Civil
tax.
War.
No, it started off a little easier than it is now.
When I buy a case of water at Costco for $3, there's a $2 soda tax on that for water.
But it's water, not soda.
Right.
Soda water, maybe, but not water.
Soda water, you get doubled.
You're going
Carbon
to the
water.
poorhouse.
You're like, what?
By the way, I will note, in case you think we can pay off this $39 trillion, everything's going to be good.
Oh, yeah, I was hoping we were going to pay it off.
So when Andrew Jackson, when he paid that off, the next year it was followed by the Panic of 1837.
Ugh.
So it didn't last long in this glorious time when, hey, we're all paid off. It's great. It led to a major depression that lasted through the 1840s, 7, 8, 9 years. So maybe paying off something isn't good.
Yeah, maybe $39 trillion in debt isn't that bad, actually.
Why don't we just go out and get some beers today and forget about
Let's get loaded.
Well, if it just doesn't matter, then who cares? I mean, it's just
Right, let's just forget about
I
this.
mean, they're not doing anything about it.
I mean, the last time they paid it off, it didn't last more than 6 months.
Yeah,
And then
so just add to it.
do we want the panic of 2027?
Oh,
sounds horrible.
nightmare.
Yuck.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
My name is David Goss, and I'm joined by my co-host Megan Klinenberg.
And now we're giving people an inside look at the World Cup.
Time's ticking. I think you can feel the intensity. All the guys are wanting to really stake their claim, and they want to be on that World Cup roster. There's no doubt about it.
Hosting the World Cup on home soil comes with its pressures, but we're just really excited, just as the people are.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henco. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
There's a lot to get to in sports tonight with a super important Cubs game tonight at Wrigley taking on the Reds. But first, a little bit of recap of the fact that takes your brain go. And $39 trillion in debt America is, more than it's worth, essentially, more than the U.S. economy, first time since World War II. Check-ins from Jesse in Chicago. He said, holy S, when I was in econ class, my professor showed us the live debt calculator about 13 years ago, and the national debt was $15 trillion. So it's over doubled since then in just 13 years. What's it going to be in 13 more years? Holy crap. Also, Marshall checked in and said, America is more in debt than it's worth. Welcome to the club, suckers. Thanks for putting your business on the street, Marshall.
Thanks for that, Marshall. That's awesome.
Love that. So before we move forward and get to sports, and we have Paramore on the way as well, just a little recap and congratulations one more time to Megan and Brian, winner of the IO 101 free wedding that Friday night myself and Kenzie were the officiants. A glorious time at the Haight in Elgin, and just fantastic, just super great. So all your voting, for all the things that went on in the wedding, just want to say you guys did perfect. Perfecto at Q101.com.
Yeah, absolutely. It was such a gorgeous wedding. They actually did this Harry Potter theme. It was awesome. I will say though, Case, you weren't there. And so I write the whole thing for Brian and I. And I label, Brian, his stuff. Kenzie, me. It's completely separated out who's going to do what.
Like a script, some might say.
It was very script-like and pretty organized. So I print this out. It's 3 pages. And that's only because of the spacing, because we didn't break up anyone's chunk of talking. So it's actually less than 3 full pages, but I didn't want anyone to be turning the page mid-talking. So they do their vows, and then I have the longest part of the whole ceremony. It's all these things about them. It involves this Harry Potter content, which is the theme of their wedding. I'm kind of gearing up for my most difficult part, and Brian grabs the microphone and goes, and can the ring bearer please bring up the rings? I go, no, sorry. Hold on 1 second. And he's like, oh, what? And I'm like, please just look at the page, because it's an entire page and it's just me. It was just my name on that page. I don't understand how he could have possibly skipped the entire page, But I had to interrupt mid-wedding and go, no rings, please. 1 second.
Just trying to move it along.
Yeah. Like, all right, rings.
I'd like to go back to doom scrolling if I could, if we could wrap this up.
I saw him loading the barbecue into the buffet because it was behind kind of the wedding ceremony.
Yeah,
I could see the food coming in. I'm like, boy, Miller Lite would be nice with some barbecue right now.
1,000-yard stare at some pulled pork.
Yada, yada, yada. You love each other.
All right, kiss and let's eat. Come on now.
Maul the bride and let's get going here.
Brian's like, not everything's about you guys. Jeez.
I've been fasting all week to get these pants to fit. I'd like some barbecue, please. It'd be nice. Kenzie wrote a beautiful, beautiful analogy to Harry Potter. People were stunned. People were crying.
What was the analogy?
I mean, I can't repeat the whole thing because
he doesn't know.
I don't know.
I wanted to hear it.
I mean, she
I
worked in their lives to the Harry Potter
I
things.
want to hear Brian try to explain what you said.
Okay, go ahead, Brian.
So there's these houses in Harry Potter, right?
I'm familiar.
And they're from a house in there. Like
Which one are they from, Brian?
They're from the same one as mine, Slytherin.
Yes.
Yeah, which I keep getting emails now. So I did that thing to figure out what house I'm
I
in
made Brian
online.
sort himself for the wedding. It was very
emails
fun.
are you getting?
And then she goes, I knew you'd be Slytherin. Why did you just make me Slytherin then? Why'd I have to go through this test? Oh, this test was horrible.
Oh my God, it took 3 minutes. Longest test, most time you've ever spent on a test.
Pretty much. That it worked into how their lives, let's see, inside Slytherin, they both have the same morals, and so that's why they're together, which means they're going to rob a bank later on. Am I right on?
No, that was bad. But I did the core characteristics, so you get sorted based on personal characteristics of yourself, like of your personality. So I did the core characteristics, and what I think about them shines through, and why that's the basis for a good marriage. And then I took quotes from the books / movies. Yes, Case, your hand's raised.
No.
Okay.
I'm listening. I finish out. I want to know where this went.
Then I took quotes from the book and the movie. I quoted Albus Dumbledore about even in the darkest of times, one can simply remember to turn on the light, and talked about being the light in each other's lives. I always took a Severus Snape quote about basically after all this time, you always be there for each other. So I just incorporated famous quotes that I think could go into a relationship in the ceremony.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Ceremony sounds lovely. Sounds like you guys did a great job. I think what people want to know is, Brian, what was on the lower half of your body on the drive to Elgin? Did your pants hold up through the barbecue? And then again, what was on the lower half of your body as you were driving home from Elgin?
So Kenzie and I arrived around the same time in the parking lot, and I'm glad she didn't see this because I had my pants unbuttoned on the 2-hour drive to Elgin on Friday, by the way, to get out there.
Yeah, welcome to hell, am I right?
No kidding.
So in case that stuff to be like, it'd be fun if you just came down. It's not fun. It's a long drive.
You should move to uptown next to me.
Yeah, okay.
That'd be great. The drive out. So I thought I got them buttoned at home to see what the suit would look like. And I thought I looked pretty good.
You got unbuttoned or buttoned?
Buttoned to make sure they'd still fit, because we had some Lou Malnati's pizza at the end of the show on Friday, and so they fit. And I thought I better just
covered his body in Crisco and then put the pants on.
I was more worried about that thing holding up. I credit to Bonobo Suits, man. I put a good 10,000 pounds of pressure on that button in the pant region. It did not pop off. Bonobo Suits, they know what they're doing over there.
Right, they're built for tough.
And it was so comfortable sitting with the pants unbuttoned on that 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I feel like, much like a tube of toothpaste, that I couldn't get it back done again. Getting out, Kenzie said, I'm in my car. Oh, cool, I'm pulling in too. So I get out, and I had to lean back, and I had to bow my stomach out and then suck it into an impossible realm to get it buttoned again.
Why'd you have to go out?
Because I first had to get, I like arched my back.
See the button?
Yes.
Where the hell is that thing?
Grab the button, tuck in your shirt so it doesn't look stupid at this point. And my tie got wrapped around the steering wheel. I'm trying to undo that while I'm trying to get the button first.
You're choking to death.
Basically, if I would have
movie Anaconda there, what the hell?
If I would have slipped while trying to button my pants, I would have hung myself in the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, much to think about.
But then all this just came together in like 2 seconds. I stand up and Kenzie's like, hey, and I go, hey, ready for the wedding? Let's go.
With the pants buttoned.
They were buttoned. It all worked out.
Okay, it all worked out. And then talk to me about the barbecue.
Oh, my goodness. Uncle Bub's barbecue. Props, Brianna, for setting it up for us.
It's just so good.
Oh, my God. So the green beans, they start with there. They had the green beans, some potatoes. They had this beautiful chicken that was, it was more of a chicken for people that don't want to have the heavy taste of barbecue. It was more like just real barbecue chicken without tons of sauce on it.
Okay, it was chicken. All right, I follow.
Yes, but the pulled pork was a vehicle for some of the best hot and spicy barbecue sauce ever. So I dumped that on there. Plus, they had cornbread and biscuits.
Okay.
And mac and cheese.
Yeah.
My plate, I needed 4 plates, but I put it all in one. And ate it all night, one night sitting with a couple Miller Lights.
And a couple Miller Lights.
Yes.
Okay. And the pants held up after that?
I was afraid to unbutton them at that point because I didn't know what would happen. So I kept them buttoned all the way home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kept them in the car buttoned up. I did not, because I just was kind of afraid if I unbutton them now, I was afraid of what was going to happen to my stomach.
Yeah, that it might hit the steering wheel instead of the airbags.
I just thought it might be some kind of, it might have exploded.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Damn, you kind of had.
So I said, it might be keeping everything in here, so I'll wait till I get home.
After fasting for 3.5 days and losing some weight last week to fit into those pants, you talked a lot last week about trying to maybe have a healthier lifestyle going forward. Do you feel like on Saturday and Sunday you were inching towards a healthier lifestyle?
Because I would like to, before he answers.
And thank you, Kenzie. Go ahead.
I would like to point out, last weekend, he said he's having one more weekend of fun, and then he's going to get serious, which I'm like, well, obviously you've earned this break over the weekend, sure. So you did state that last weekend when you ate out and ate horrible all weekend, that this was it because summer's essentially here.
Yes.
And you're going to get serious.
Yes. But the Kentucky Derby was Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, can't do it.
Well, we did a play date with Harper, and she fell asleep. So once she fell asleep, we go, let's go to the bar and get snacks and beers because she's asleep in the stroller.
Would you leave her at home?
No, we just take her to the bar.
Okay.
Yes, my kid's asleep. I can finally go to the bar.
I just like wing the stroller in the road. Wing! It's gone. So I had these Parmesan fries at Summer House Santa Monica, plus some chips and salsa. I had 4 beers.
I just want to make it very clear. I didn't know what Brian had to eat this weekend. I just knew that I knew he wasn't fasting. Let me put it that way.
But I did have Two Brothers has a gluten-free beer.
Okay.
And I had 4 of those. And boy, when they're gluten-free, you can get more down.
Oh, is that right?
You don't bloat. So props to Two Brothers on that gluten-free beer.
So winning.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
My name is David Goss, and I'm joined by my co-host Megan Klinenberg.
And now we're giving people an inside look at the World Cup.
Time's ticking. I think you can feel the intensity. All the guys are wanting to really stake their claim, and they want to be on that World Cup roster. There's no doubt about it.
Hosting the World Cup on home soil comes with its pressures, but we're just really excited, just as the people are.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henco. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.